Hey everybody, welcome to Daniel. No, hey everybody, I forgot who I am. Welcome to Margaret being Margaret. Wow. Yes, I am in the car. I just turned off the blinker. And I'm paying attention to driving, so I won't look at you all that much, for those of you who are worried. But this was a good time to play catch up. I'm going to start a separate series this week for the house build because we have a house build. They poured the forms today, and I will be mentioning it. Wow. Regularly, but I'll go into more depth with it probably on a separate series for people who are just interested in that kind of thing. It's been a very long week. The weather is, of course, beautiful. Northeast in the fall, there's nothing to complain about. Today it's raining, and I just had to get out of the house. I have been in the house all week, and today is Saturday. Squish, my little granddaughter, is getting her molars, so she's teething up a storm and pulling at her ears. I don't know though. Tuesday she goes to the pediatrician for her 15-month checkup, and they'll check to make sure there's no ear infection. She also had a really bad cold, and I don't know if that came from me taking her out a couple times because we went to that music group, and then last Friday we went to a different library that was very nice and got to see a lot of kids. So we've just been around a lot of kids, and normally she gets sick anyway when she's around her cousins, and that happened last week too. So Monday she had the sniffles pretty badly and coughing and wasn't herself. Tuesday both Michael and I started, fought it off. Wednesday, Thursday. Yesterday morning I woke up, I was so lightheaded, thought I was going to pass out. This is the second time I've said that this past year, that a cold has turned into something else. And it's just something brand new where it goes into my stomach, gives me a really, really nauseous day. I ended up vomiting, and Squish was not impressed. I ended up having to call Michael home from work on a half day. If I didn't sleep, I was going to pass out on that little kid. And that's not fair. She's grabbing at me and crying, and so I went back to sleep. Got up this morning, feel congested, but 1,000 times better, and thought I've got to get some fresh air. So I'm going to run a couple of errands, but even that, I said first thing this morning I'm going to run a couple of errands, and I'm just getting out of the house now, and it's 1 o'clock. Could not do it. I did sit with Nikki for a little while, my daughter-in-law, to go over some requests for my kitchen, because we picked out cabinets, and just to make it easy, and because I don't care a lot, and her style is very neutral also. Told her I'd just go with the same cabinet that she has in her house, which would be white, shaker style, and that's fine with me. Made our last couple changes. Everything now is written in stone. So I have been told, and so I have been warned. A couple of little things I asked her to please fight for. And I know you're going to say, what do you mean fight for? Well, just shift it on me. I want all drawer cabinets in the bottom of my kitchen cabinets. And they weren't drawn that way, the plans. Nikki said that the cabinet that she picked out might not have them, and it would be drawers inside door cabinets. I don't want that. So I told her I really would be unhappy about that. We'll see. I don't want to be a nuisance, but I also know that I might get to live there for quite a while. Some of our regular folks on our Facebook page have not been around, and that's very concerning. So if you do have a chance to watch this, I'd love you to check in, because we really do worry about you, and I want to know how everybody is. Being in the basement bedroom at my son's house is getting old, for no reason except I want windows. And I told them, I told Nikki today, when I finally move into my house, I am not turning the heat on. The windows are going to be wide open, and I'm looking for a wind odometer to see where the wind comes in most, so I can put my bed head right there so I can get my wind. Oh, I miss that. And it's not even a complaint, so please don't think I'm complaining. I will do this for however long it takes so that we can save some money and have it work. But the stairs aren't bothering me at all. The stairs are the easiest thing about the whole thing. I just want the cats upstairs, and I haven't talked much about them. They're doing fine. Misty, no, Misty's the one that died. Feisty has been missing most of the time. She goes into one of the other parts of the basement and just hides out. She was always more that way, but she's worse now. She comes out at night and she'll get on the bed and sleep with me. Parker, the one you've seen so often, is getting used to Squish. She doesn't run and hide when Squish comes down cellar anymore. And the little one is phenomenal with her. She doesn't approach her. She just crouches down and babbles at her. Parker's much better about not running until the little one's within, 6 or 7 feet of her. She also has never been one to let you go up to her and pet her. She has to come to you. So at night, she is just up against me sleeping and is determined to stay that way. So funny. She got into something in the basement and the top of her back got all matted, like 3 or 4 big mats. It was disgusting. And I've never been able to corral her to even do her nails. So for 2 weeks, I slept with my hair cutting scissors in my hand, had them ready so when she jumped up, I could pet her and try to get her to not realize I was coming. 2 weeks. They know everything. She would feel me moving in a certain way, and she was gone like lightning. It was like, really? I'm not even touching you. But I finally, last week, got the last clump out. So she feels good again. And I'm sure it feels better for her. But I keep telling them, it's not too much longer, guys. You'll see the light of day. That has been hard, and I know it's not fair, and I know those of you who have asked about them, it's not fair. Listen, we all gave up a lot, and unfortunately so did they. So yes, shame on me, and I know it. There have been trucks on and off the property continuously since, you saw when they pulled the trees. Well, now the digging, oh my God, it looks like we've gotten halfway to China. It's huge. Well, all the neighbors have come out. So Mike and Nikki have gotten to meet everyone they didn't meet, and I got to meet a few that I haven't met. A lot of kids. Fathers bringing their young sons to check it out. And today they came in the rain and put in all the forms so they can pour next week. So the plans, if they stay the same, we'll have it poured. And the second full week of October, which is what? 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks away? I think 3 weeks. They should start building and get it all enclosed. It's really nice. It's a good feeling to have some movement happening. And I've picked paint colors. You'll have to tell me how you feel about this, but I've been doing a lot of research and I want it to be very neutral. Everything is going to be one color except the window trim. But there's a lot of doors off the main room. I'll see if I can get you a picture of the blueprints now that they're officially done. But I don't want it to look like, it's all doors off the kitchen. So I've read about painting everything one color, the framework and everything, and the ceilings, and that it makes it a calmer, larger looking place. And I'm going to do that. If you have a chance, look up Benjamin Moore, Arcadia White. That's what I'm going to paint the whole house, the whole interior, every room. And the whole flouse, The whole house is going to have the same flooring, which is a very light hickory. I'll have to look that up for you too. So just the windows will have white trim, and there's 4 windows in the living room and 4 windows in the bedroom. Isn't that a lot? And 1 window in the kitchen. So it should be very light in there. Last weekend, Nikki's family all came over, and I enjoyed them very much. But you know how I feel about not wanting to intrude? Nothing that they've said has ever brought me to that. It's just me. It was funny because I said, they didn't tell me, but I heard her saying something to her dad about them coming over. And I said to Michael, is Nikki's family all coming over tonight? And he said, yeah. I said, all right, I'm going to take off. Let me know when they're gone. And Nikki said, it's that bad? And I went, no, it's just, I feel like a fifth wheel. And I feel so protective of Squish, and that's not fair to them. She sees me 9 hours a day, so she'd come sit on my lap. Yeah, no, she needs to be around her cousins and her aunts and uncles. So I left. I went pick up tomatoes for dinner because I'm doing a great job of eating clean. I am so pleased with how I'm feeling, except for being sick. Sat outside down by the river in Dighton, where I used to live, for a couple of hours, and then it was getting dusky, and I thought, now what? I don't know what to do with myself. So I called my sister Karen. She said, I'm just making a BLT for dinner. Do you want one? I said, no, I've had all the tea I can handle, and I'm tea as in tomato, and I'm trying not to eat bread. So I got there, she had made a couple of extra slices of bacon, and I got mad. I said, I don't want them. She said, then don't eat them. I went, no, if they're in front of me, I have to put them away. I do not have that kind of self-control. So I took one piece, and she put the rest in the refrigerator. And I stayed there until I got the all clear for Michael to go home. What I'm getting tired of having my basement bedroom is I can hear upstairs, not a lot, but enough so that when Squish is crying, I want to go rescue her. Way too overprotective, way too much of a helicopter Oma. Because they're not doing anything that, they just don't jump like I do. And as Karen keeps telling me, different parenting styles, and get used to it. And I think I'm good. And then Michael jumped down my throat once this week when I walked upstairs. And I said, can I do anything to help? And I scurried downstairs. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. And that's why I'm looking forward so much to the house being done, because when I'm in my house, I won't hear it. And if I do, it will be so subtle that I don't think I'll hear it at all. And I can just turn on the TV and it'll override it. But down cellar, I can hear her when she wakes up during the night, which isn't often, but I hear her. And when she wakes up, when she gets mad about something during the day. 14-month-olds do not have a whole lot of patience. And it's different for a grandmother versus a mother and dad. They still have their busy lives and they're multitasking, where I can just pay attention to her. I think that's called spoiling. It was cute the day I took her on Friday to the other library. That library is in Attleboro, Mass. And it was very well done. The woman was much louder, and I don't mean that in a bad way. She had more control in her voice, but didn't try to control. And the kids sat and listened to her, and it was a very short story, and then playtime, and a very short story, and then playtime, and the parachute time and all that. But we were there an hour, and then Squish got up, looked around, looked at the door, waved to everybody, and started walking, and looked back at me like, let's go. She cracks me up. So we left, but she was nice. She waved to everybody. She didn't point and let me know. She just had enough, but it was a good time. and we'll go back next week. Unfortunately, with both of us being sick, we missed our music time and our library time. And that will be twice a week, and then we'll see if I want to do something another time. It's only an hour or two, but it integrates her into a social atmosphere. So I hope I'm doing the right thing. Doesn't do much integration for me though. I can't say that I miss people not my age all that much, especially because I was always around younger people in their 20s and 30s. And I don't miss that, mainly because the salon was such an overload for me the last couple of years. And I was so mentally bankrupt. I think that it's been a year, but it's still, the residue is, still leaving my body. And I don't miss adult conversations, because actually my conversations with Squish are more meaningful. So I may be doing myself a disservice by not being around a lot of people, but I'm still pretty content right now. We'll see what happens when I get in my house, when I truly will be alone, when I'm not with them. And that will make a big difference, I think. Because now when I have to go upstairs, I see them. So I'm not really alone. We'll see. I'm going to run in and do some groceries. I need tomatoes. That's been my new passion, tomatoes. See what else I have to get. And I'll talk to you later, but this gave me a chance to get my thoughts together before I head back home after. See you in a bit. Everybody else is scurrying. I'm just so happy. I love the rain. I had chicken noodle soup yesterday when I was so sick, and all I'd had for 24 hours was a cup of coffee. So that was what was coming up, and it had long since left the building. Coffee does not taste that good on the rebound. Michael got home, I went down cellar, climbed into bed. The framers came, the form people came, and started drilling into the house to put the anchors, to put the new building connected to the existing house. I said to Michael, I don't even care. I just laid there and let it kind of lull me to sleep. I know that California has had their wildfires, and the southern parts of the states have had their hurricanes and tropical storms. We have been so lucky up here. The weather has been classic. Leaves are starting to turn, but not too much. I have no place that I truly want to be, and weekends are tough because I want to get out of the house. So every Friday night I decide I want to get a massage. And there's no place to do it on Saturday, and I will not book it ahead in case I don't feel like getting one, so I don't waste the money. So I'm never going to get one, but it makes me feel good that I'm looking for something. So stupid. A massage and a facial sounds so good to me. There's a place in Connecticut, about an hour and a half from me, Norwich Day Spa, really nice, that I took the staff once or twice, very expensive, but I really like it. And I would go down there for the day. But it's so funny because when I go down there, they're used to dealing with all sorts of different people, but I walk in and I'm moving too fast. The last time I was there, the girl said, "What are you up for the day, from New York City?" And I said, "No, why would you say that?" She said, "You are in such high gear." And that's what we usually see when they're coming in from New York City for the day. I said, "Dear God, no, I live in a little town in Massachusetts, but I go too fast." So if I'm going to have a massage or a facial, I have to book the longest experience I can get, because it takes me 3/4 of that time just to get myself relaxed, and then to not fall asleep because I don't want to miss any of it. And now with prices, I could drop $500 doing that. I can't do that. Social Security is $1,300 a month. The way it is, I just went into Hannaford's, bought groceries for the week, spent $54. which is, I know, minuscule, but it's because I'm not eating much and I'm eating so healthy. I got 2 1.5 pound boxes of tomatoes because I've been tomatoes and salt. I know the salt is bad for you, but every time I stand up, I almost pass out because my blood pressure is low. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Got some apples and nectarines, milk for my 1 cup of coffee. You know, the little one won't drink milk. She has a bottle at night because I told Mike and Nikki they should keep the bottle at night so they cuddle her. You know, if she's sitting on the couch next to them drinking it, negates the whole purpose. But during the day, she will not drink milk. She drinks water by the gallon because I do. And I can't say a lot because I always hated milk as a kid and still do today. I could never get down a glass of milk. Couldn't do it. So I told Nikki, because she said, Squish is insisting on drinking my cup of tea. And I went, ooh. I said, I make her a cup of tea in the morning, Nick. Let her watch me make it. And it's 90% milk, tiny bit of tea bag and water. But she sees me put the tea bag in so I can get 1 ounce or 2 in her. Not really lying, is it? I bought myself a ready-made salad for tonight. I never do that. So I'm going to have my cup of soup and a salad today. This is a big day for eating. I haven't eaten in 2 days because I'm not feeling well. I don't eat much. You know, Nikki gives me the talking to if it's not healthy, but I know my body, and I never tell anybody that what they're doing is not good because we're all so different. And my body, that I've lived in for 70 years, puts on weight if I go over 800 calories. It just does. Now, I also have a very low body temperature. And I wonder if that means everything runs sluggish. My body temperature normally runs 96.4, 96.6. If I get to 97, I know I'm not feeling well. The other day when I was so sick, I got to 99.1 and thought, oh God, I'm going to die. Because for me, I was ready to run down the street naked. If I want to maintain a decent weight, I truly have to stay around 800 calories. If I want to lose weight, I have to get under that. Right now, I'm in such a good place emotionally, and I'm an emotional eater, so that I'm not hungry. I mean, I am absolutely not hungry. I could go days without eating, and I know I can't go days without eating. But I've cut out most breads. I'm not having meat because it would mean I have to cook upstairs, but I'm doing a lot of cheese, pepperoni, tomatoes. So I'm doing a kind of a carnivore, Mediterranean. It's not even a diet. I'm just eating very, very clean. One thing that I do, and I do a lot of it, is I eat red licorice. I love red licorice. It's my guilty pleasure. I can have 10 or 12 sticks of red licorice a night. The weight is consistently going down. And I think I'm down about 18 pounds now. Another 10, 15 at the most. And I'll be done. I was going to say I'll be happy, but I keep telling myself every day, no, you're happy now. Even if you stay right here, you're happy now. Because I don't want to do the self-doubt and talk down to myself. So I am happy. Everything feels so much better. You know, nothing's too tight. The fall decorations are starting to go up everywhere. Nick said she was out today and saw Halloween decorations, and she was so tempted to buy them. But we're in such a turmoil in that house, and there's no place to store them. So hopefully this will be a small year. But I think I said our neighborhood is known for huge Halloween. In fact, I think I told her to get 300, 400 pieces of candy, because that's what the neighbors had told me. And it's all decorated, and they have movies, and it's going to be very, very interesting. And I'm looking forward to it. But we can't have people near the house because we've got so many ditches dug, and Nick said she'll put a table near the road. I think this is probably one of my favorite times of year to decorate. And of course, I'm not doing anything this year, and it kills me. But everything's tucked away, and I can't even find it if I wanted to. And it'll probably be the same thing for Christmas. But just to get out the warm colors for fall and winter. If you have them, post them. on our Facebook page what you're doing for fall. I love to see that stuff. And I've told you, last year I ordered something that somebody put up, and it's still sitting under my makeup table. One of the first things I get out when the house is done. Soup's just about done. Finished my chewing, which was rude to do, I know, with you, but thanks for keeping me company. I'll check in with you after I do some more errands. Everybody home. Got my tomatoes. Also have a big thing of salt. I'm not even going to show you that. Errands are done. Feel like I ran a marathon from not feeling well. And the little bit I ate today, I have indigestion so badly. I feel like my throat's on fire. I'm telling you, I shouldn't eat at all. Everybody have a great week. I will check in with you when I can, and I'll be filming because they should be pouring the foundation this week. Take care. Please check your subscriptions, like, share, comment. And I'm going to go enjoy my tomatoes, relax, probably fall into bed early. Have a great one. I think I'm done.